Welcome back to the channel, and this is the 100 horror films in 31 days. I got in 3 films yesterday. That's day 18. And the first film is Scared to Death, 1947, starring Bela Lugosi and George Zucco. And it's directed by William Cabane, Cabani or Cabane. And he did The Mummy's Hand, which I like The Mummy's Hand. I think that's a good one. Tom Tyler actually played the mummy in that one. This one is really kind of dull. The only thing of interest here is that this is a first film and only film with Bela Lugosi shot in color from 1947, and it's really kind of interesting but unsettling in a way to see Bela in a color situation. I mean, not colorized. I mean, this was actually shot in color, so it doesn't have that colorized look. It kind of looks, if you didn't read up on it when you first look at it, you're thinking, well, they colorized this, but apparently they didn't. It was shot in color. That's the only thing going for the film. Unfortunately, it is a slog. It's only like 67 minutes. It's basically a whodunit. This woman is married to George Zucco's son, who is Zucco's this doctor, and he's got a relative hypnotist, uh, Bela Lugosi. And basically, they all converge on this house, and including a really kind of a dim-witted cop, got played by really the lead in this thing, if you want to, is Nate Pendleton. He plays the dim-witted cop. He was essentially kind of an athlete turned actor, and the whole film is kind of focused on him delivering these one-liners, and it doesn't work. I mean, there's a reason why nobody knows who Nate Pendleton is. Uh, Bela tries his best to look menacing, but it just doesn't. Nothing happens in it. It's just kind of like everybody's in this house trying to figure out what happened to this woman, and there obviously there's all kinds of red herrings here, uh, but it just isn't very interesting at all, other than the fact it's colorized. So I can't recommend it. Unfortunately, as much as I love Bela Lugosi, I give it a 5 out of 10. But I can't recommend seeing it. I mean, it's a short movie. It's just a curiosity, if nothing else. But it's probably, honestly, one of Bela's worst films, and it's not his fault. Totally not his fault. I mean, when you've got Bela and George Zucco, you ought to be able to do something with that. But they focus too much on Nate Pendleton. So anyway, I'll get off of that topic. And then next up is Rogue 2007. And I watched this on Tubi, I think. This is an Australian film directed by Greg McLean, who also did The Belko Experiment and Wolf Creek. Uh, and it's about a killer crocodile, a giant killer crocodile that attacks a bunch of tourists in Australia. They're doing this river boat tour, and basically the crocodile attacks them. They spend the whole movie trying not to get eaten by this fucking thing. I really liked it. Radha Mitchell is the lead in this, and she's very good. I think she's very, very good. I thought this was a great, great film. I enjoyed it. It's probably, honestly, from my standpoint, it's probably the best croc alligator monster movie film that I've seen. And I've seen a few, obviously. I've seen Alligator and Alligator 2. I mean, those are okay, but I think this is really, really good. It's got a great ending. The special effects look fantastic. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to hear other people's thoughts about Rogue because I loved it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And then last but not least, Majin. There's a D, but I think the D is silent. Majin. And this is a kaiju film from 1966, directed by Kimiyoshi Yasuda. And it's really a morality play about a evil warlord that overtakes this village and enslaves the villagers to do his bidding. And uh, eventually, the villagers go to this statue, the Majin, and they beg for its help. And then the last 30 minutes, 25 minutes or so, is just classic kaiju, fantastic stuff. I love it. These films, there's three of them. It's a trilogy, and this is an Arrow release. It came in a box set. I'm going to do the other two as well. I've watched them before, but wow, it looks great, sounds great, and I'm telling you, this stands up to any Godzilla film, I think. Demajin, maybe the D isn't silent. Demajin, I don't know. I mean, if you listen to the English track on this film, it's Majin. They don't really pronounce the D or the A. Who cares? I guess at the end of the day, who really cares, right? But I loved it. This has got the special effects on this are fantastic. It just looks great. This has got an audio commentary by Stuart Galbraith, an introduction by Kim Newman, video essay on the special effects. Yeah, this is a great release, and I can't wait to get into the other two films. This is a highly underrated trilogy of kaiju films. 8 out of 10, great stuff. It may be a little slow for people, but honestly, uh, the first hour of this is so engaging. I mean, you've got you've got samurai action. You've got the evil warlord is nasty evil, and a lot of torture sequences and just subjugating the villagers. It's just a very engaging film with a great payoff. I probably should give this a 9 out of 10, man. Let's see what I gave this. I gave it an 8. Honestly, I could go higher. I just don't have any issue with this. So yeah, good deal watching. Other than scared to death. And if you have any thoughts on these films, feel free to leave some comments below. Thanks for watching.